It's 6 p.m, you've got hungry kids, an empty fridge and zero patience. My Karahi Aloo is about to save your day. I've shared a Karahi Aloo recipe in my book, but today I'm going to show you a quicker, slightly simpler version that is really easy to make and is perfect when you're in a hurry. Now, if you've watched any of my other recipes, you'll know that I like adding onions into my recipes. But for this particular one, there will be no onions. Instead, we will start with oil and mustard seeds. They will just add a subtle flavour into the dish. We're going to add those into the oil and then we're going to wait for these to crackle. That's when they start to release their flavour into the oil. If you want to, you can use mustard oil here too. It will just add another layer of flavour, which will actually be quite lovely. So just pop the lid on because they do tend to jump out of the pan. And then once you see them jumping, then you can just turn the heat down, carefully take off the lid and stir in about 1.5 tablespoons of ginger and garlic. Just be careful when you're doing this because the oil is hot. Then once they've browned, you can stir in your tomatoes. I'm using fresh tomatoes today. That will also deglaze the pan. So any garlic and ginger that you found was sticking to the bottom of your pan will now have just come away. Now I'm going to turn the heat off and show you how to prep the rest of the ingredients before we carry on. I am just going to slice some new potatoes into 1/2 centimetre rounds. You do need to make sure they're as even as they can be so that they cook evenly. You'll notice I haven't peeled mine. They have been washed, but I tend not to peel my new potatoes. I actually quite like them as they are. If you want to peel them, that's absolutely fine. I have about 800 grams of new potatoes here. I find it's better to use new potatoes because they have a waxy texture and they hold their own in a pan. If you use a floury potato, you'll find that they tend to disintegrate a little bit when you're cooking them and they just go a bit mushy. So always err on the side of caution and use a waxy potato. Once your potatoes are all sliced, you can prep the spices and your yoghurt. Now I'm using about 6 tablespoons of yoghurt today because I like the tang that it brings and also because it creates a nice sauce in the dish. All we're going to do is mix the spices into the yoghurt. You'll find that if you mix spices into the yoghurt, it will be less likely to split too. The oils in the spices actually help it to hold its own in the pan. So if you find your yoghurt tends to split in the pan, mix spices in first. That will help. Now that the ingredients are ready, we can pop the heat back on and add the potatoes into the pan. This recipe is quite quick, so it actually works a lot better if you have everything prepped. That way you can literally follow each step really quickly and the food will be ready even quicker. All you want to do now is just let these potatoes catch a little bit of heat and coat them in the oil so that they start cooking. And because we've cut them in slices, they do cook quite quickly. So if you've prepped your ingredients in advance, this can take as little as 10 minutes to make. It's the perfect dish to make when you've got unexpected guests at your door and they need feeding. When your potatoes have caught enough heat, you can stir in your yoghurt. Make sure you don't add it into the pan directly. Pour it on top of the potato. It will have less chance of splitting that way. Then mix this in. If you work quickly at this stage, you'll find that the yoghurt won't split, because the temperature of the yoghurt just brings the temperature of the pan down. You'll notice as soon as you add that yoghurt into the pan, the liquid will act really quickly and start to cook those potatoes. So you'll feel a difference when you're stirring. This is the only time you can be so vigorous, because once they start to cook more, they will become a little bit more fragile and they'll start to break up if you're too vigorous with your stirring. So just go steady. I'm going to leave those potatoes cooking away gently in that yoghurt on a low heat while I juice a lemon. Also just going to chop up a couple of green chillies. These are optional. I like my food hot. If you like yours milder, you don't have to add these in. You can just leave them out. It's totally fine. By now, the yoghurt will have mostly cooked away and you'll be left with a nice, thick, rich sauce. You can now add in your green chillies. They will keep a little bit of texture if you add them in at the end. And you can also add in your lemon juice, which is optional. I just really like the tang that it brings, so it's up to you. You can now add in a little bit of water. This will just generate enough steam for the potatoes to cook. So gently stir that in. Your potatoes are probably about half cooked by now, or they should be. So we only need a few more minutes to let this finish off. So all you're going to do now is reduce your heat, pop the lid on, and leave this to cook gently for about another 5 minutes. By the time your potatoes are cooked, you'll find that most of the water has cooked away too. If it hasn't, then now is the time to just take off the lid and let it simmer away gently. Just try not to stir too vigorously at this stage, because your potatoes are cooked through, and if you are too vigorous, they will break. Now is the time that you can chop your fresh coriander and add it in. But by some strange twist of fate today, I have actually run out, which is unheard of in my kitchen. So I am using my frozen backup stash. Perfect for emergencies. That coriander just finishes it off nicely. A budget meal on the table in no time, and it actually tastes like you tried. Karahi Aloo never gets the credit it deserves. Cheap as chips, but hits every single time. Save it, share it, and if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. There's plenty more where that came from. Go on, what are you waiting for? Make me proud.